Hello there, my Battlefield friends and fans. Welcome to Battlefield 1. Yes, I'm back because we just got a new DLC, and this is one of the two new maps that we can play on. This one is called Cape Helle or Cape Helle. I'm not quite sure. It's somewhere in Turkey. And besides new maps, we also got updated game modes. We get 6 new weapons and a lot of other goodies, which I will get into a little bit later. But first, let's look at what new weapons have been added, because I know that most people are always interested in new weapons, new guns. They always want more and more and more. So let's go look at all the classes and see which new guns have been added with this DLC, because everyone always wants new guns, right? As I'm currently playing as a medic in order to complete the service agreements, I'm starting with the medic here, and we can see here we have 2 new weapons, the Farquhar-Hill Optical and the Farquhar-Hill Storm. I'm not sure if I say that right, correct me if I'm wrong, but those are the 2 weapons and the assignments that we have to complete in order to unlock it. And in the support, we have the MP1970 MG low weight and the MG telescopic. So those are interesting looking weapons. And in the scout, we have the Type 38 Arisaka infantry and the Carsano M91 carbine. And then last but not least, for the assault class, we have the Maschinen Pistole M1912 P16 Storm and the M1917 Trench Carbine. I think I'm going to actually start unlocking one of the medic rifles here. The optical, I have to perform 25 headshots with the HELLES Storm, which I don't have yet. So I have to unlock the HELLES Storm first. Obviously, that's a new one. Alright, so what do we have to do? We have to perform 25 kills with the M1907 SL Trench and then perform 10 revives. That doesn't sound so hard. Do I have the SL Trench? No, I haven't even unlocked that gun yet. Look at that. Never even used this gun. That's gonna be interesting. And then we need the reviving kit here, not the rifle grenade, so we can actually complete this assignment. So let's do this. So what I'm playing here is actually Conquest Assault, even though it looks like regular Conquest, but it's a brand new game mode. And I actually just got in here. I didn't even choose that. I didn't even know that there's a new game mode, but I learned that pretty quickly. So in Conquest Assault, the game starts off with an attacking team spawning from a single Navy destroyer at sea. That was what we just did, with a defending team on land already holding all land-based objectives, but without a headquarters. To balance this out, the attackers start with a sizable points lead. If they capture and hold all objectives, the defenders will have no other spawn points except for their squad mates. The goal for both sides is to get to 1,000 points or to have the most points when the time runs out. With its large terrain and mix of infantry and vehicular action, it feels a lot like traditional Conquest, but there's more of an urgency to play the objectives now, particularly on the attacking side. So after previous expansions, They Shall Not Pass and In the Name of the Tsar took the action to the French and Russian fronts of the Great War. Turning Tides will focus on the iconic and world-changing battles in the Turkish peninsula of Gallipoli. Turning Tides is bringing a lot more content than previous expansions though, and as such, DICE has split its release between this month and January. And this is really a bummer, because I was always looking forward to a new DLC and playing through the 4 new maps for the whole time until the next DLC comes out. And I feel like 2 maps is great, but 2 maps is just not as exciting as 4 maps, and having to wait until January to get 2 more maps, I don't know. But I also understand the developers' point of view to kind of split it out a little bit. It's just, you know, when you're waited so long for a DLC and then all you get is actually 2 maps, it is a little bit disappointing. And when I was playing this map, I was a bit underwhelmed, because even though it is a big map and I did have fun on it, it was not as exciting as maps, you know, like for example the Russian DLC that had really interesting maps. This is just a hill with a bunch of dirts and a bunch of trenches, barely any buildings, barely any cover. Of course it's going to be a paradise for snipers, and that's cool, but it's just, you know, visually it's not as exciting, and it may grow on me. I have that a lot with maps that, you know, at the beginning I don't like it and then I end up liking it, or I never like it and I just don't like to play it forever. So we'll see how it turns out with this map, and I'll get into the other map in another video. It's actually kind of interesting when you start doing those assignments to unlock new weapons that came out with the DLC. They actually force you to use weapons that you would probably never use before, or you haven't even checked out, or you've just never even noticed, like this gun. And I kind of really like this gun. I was always using the Sairigotti or the Mondragon Storm when I was playing as a medic, and I really didn't play medic at all much. It's my least played class, and it's very rare that I do play medic, but I'm trying to do the service agreements, complete all the service agreements, and so I've been playing a lot of medic lately, and I think this is really a gun that I'm probably going to start using a lot more, unless this weapon, this gun that we're trying to unlock right now is going to be a lot better. Then I will stick with that, of course. So we'll see, we'll wait and see. But first I have to get 25 kills with this gun, and that doesn't seem to be so hard. But I need to get 10 revives in 1 round. That's probably a little bit the harder part, especially for me to have to kind of stick with my squad more and not lone wolf so much, which I kind of do most of the time, I have to admit. Right now I'm just trying to focus on getting my 25 kills racked up, and if the revives happen on the side then that's good, otherwise I'm just gonna have to do the revive assignment separately after getting all the kills with this weapon. It doesn't really matter how you do it, but this assignment is super easy compared to some other weapon unlock assignments that we had, and those were super hard and complicated or just took a long time to do. So this shouldn't take too long at all, probably like a couple of matches or so, I would assume. So what else is new with this DLC? There was also actually a big patch that was applied with this DLC, and besides the 2 new maps and the 6 new weapons and a new gameplay objective, we also get new service assignments to give the class brand new specializations. DICE has done some extensive testing on some of these specializations, as the community has not liked the more passive direction in which they were headed. A few of the most controversial ones are still in the works for next month's release, but for now we have things like Overwatch, which highlights any enemy you spot after killing another with a headshot from a single action rifle. So that's pretty cool if you're on the giving end, but not so cool if you're on the receiving end, of course. We'll see how that actually is going to play out. Another nice new specialization is Safe Bail for pilots, which allows any passenger jumping out of your craft to do so with a spotting flare, meaning they light up the map beneath them as they parachute down. That's pretty neat. There's also a brand new elite class in the Infiltrator, which gives you a permanent sprint boost, the ability to call in artillery strikes and deploy spawn beacons for your team. So those are all lots of exciting things that they've added, and only time will tell how much fun this new DLC is or not. And next time we'll look at the other new map called Baba. That's going to be in my next video. But for now, I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you didn't get the DLC, I hope this makes you decide if you want to get it or not. I'm a huge fan of Battlefield, so for me, I always will get every single map they come out with, no matter what. Okay, that's it for now. I hope I see you next time. Happy gaming, take care, bye bye.